Okay, here we go with final phone calls with Barbara Lamb. Let's go to Gordon in Lakeland, Florida. Hey, Gordon, go ahead. Thanks for holding.
Hey, Barbara, is it possible that some of these extraterrestrials are angels or demons? And if so, how could we tell? And how can we tell which type of angel, or to tell the difference between the angels and the demons or the ETs?
Well, that's such a complex question. It's a good one, too. I think that there really are different beings. I think an angel is a whole other dimensional being, even though they apparently can appear here and help people physically if they're about to have an accident or they need rescuing or whatever. But they do seem to come in from a different dimension, and I think that a lot of the extraterrestrials are probably in a more physical dimension, although there are some of those also that seem to be other dimensional and seem to be almost transparent or ethereal looking. But it seems like the extraterrestrials actually, live in a society of their own and function and have lifetimes, and that just seems to be different than angels. Now, on the other part of your question, the negative, I personally have a difficult time thinking in terms of a devil or some kind of other being that's really evil. I know that other people feel differently about that, but I don't think that extraterrestrials are evil or bad in that sense. I think that some of them do processes that we're not happy about, and it's easy to think of them as bad ETs and other ones as good ETs. And I think that that's just a very, very subjective point of view from us human beings. But does this help to answer your question at all?
What?
Maybe he's gone. Does this help to answer your question at all?
Are you still there?
Well, obviously he's not hearing you, Barbara. Let's assume it did answer his question. Do some of these hybrids describe what the craft looks like from within?
Well, they do, and some experiencers do as well. Oh, there's a statement I'd like to make, too, that it seems like all people who are hybrids living here on Earth, that would be late-stage hybrids, that they are experiencers. In other words, they do continue over time to have contact with extraterrestrial beings, and those would be the beings that they were created from. But not all experiencers, people who experience extraterrestrial encounters, are hybrids. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All hybrids do have encounter experiences, but not all people who have encounter experiences are hybrids.
Let's go to Bronx, New York. Lemmy's with us on Coast to Coast. Hi, Lemmy.
Bada boom, bada bing. I tell you, Goerge Noory, long-time listener, first-time caller. I have two questions. Barbara, you've already answered most of my questions just by listening. I should have just listened before I called, but I still do have two questions. The first question would be the physical prowess of the aliens. Would they be able to play a sport? You know, I'm a big Yankee fan. And also, you talk the spiritual side of the aliens. And would that mean that they would be closer to God and Jesus as we know him? You know, as that, and, you know, and I guess that's my questions there. If you can not hang up and listen. And my only comment, and I'll respectfully say, you know, to the common listener, this drove me to call in. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
You're talking, because she talks so sane. But, you know, if you didn't know no better, you'd think you was mad as a hatter, Miss Barbara, and I say that respectfully, too. You know what I'm saying? But,
all right, Lemmy, thank you. Well, let's talk. Are they super-type humans? Can they play sports? Can they be superstars?
Yes. Was he asking about the hybrids who are living here?
Yes.
They probably could, but the ones that I know of or personally know, they're not here for that reason. Maybe they could, because they could be strong, and as I've said, they're very attractive. They certainly come across fully as humans, but they seem to be here for a different kind of purpose. They seem to have a mission, and that is to help humanity, to help the earth, to help with spiritual evolvement.
Hey, a winning sports team is help.
Well, that's true. That is a kind of help. I guess we can't deny it. But the ones that I know of, anyway, personally, are really trying to educate human beings about treating our planet better, and also educating human beings about the cosmos and the intelligent life that lives in so many places in the cosmos, and that there is actually a cosmic community of very intelligent beings, a little bit like our United Nations, in a sense that some of our nations belong to it and some of our nations don't. And it's that way apparently in the galactic community, according to some of these beings. Let's see, now that was part of the question. What was
with all these, different, how many different breeds of hybrids are there? What do you think?
Well, of course, this is according to how many breeds of, extraterrestrials are doing the hybrid program. The gray aliens do, the reptilians do, some of the more human-like races out there do hybridization. Some of the Pleiadian groups, the Anunnaki groups, it's been reported, groups from Sirius B, from Metron, the Essassani groups, to name some. Those are the ones that I've been aware of.
And they all get along with each other?
I think those, well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that the gray aliens get along necessarily with the others, or the reptilians either, but I think the other ones that I mentioned do get along and cooperate, and they have councils and they have meetings together, council meetings. The insectoids are a wonderful breed of extraterrestrials, very tall, very, very thin, looking like mantis beings. And they have children too, and one of the women that I know now, who gives me permission to use her name, Fran Harris, she is a hybrid from the mantis or insectoid race of beings.
Now, she can't look human.
Well, she does look quite human.
She's a bug.
Well, no, she's tall, she's slim, she has hair.
She looks like a praying mantis.
You would definitely think that she's a human, and she is, but she has a large proportion of the mantis beings in her, from Esticon, that's the name.
Do they have wings?
That planet. Pardon?
Do they have wings, like tucked behind them or anything like that?
No, even the mantis beings, that are living out there, that visit with people, no, they don't have wings. So they're not like flying insects.
Have any of these hybrids undergone some kind of DNA test or study?
Yes, they have. And they do have some different components.
Does it baffle the researcher?
Well, it doesn't baffle the researcher who is aware of this sort of thing, but it could easily baffle a doctor, a human doctor.
What would it show up as?
Well, I don't know the specifics of that. I just know that there are some differences. And there are differences in blood type, too. And some of these late-stage hybrids living here have slightly different physical features in that they might have a sixth toe on each foot, or they might have an extra rib